Good evening or good early morning. Oh man, it has been so hot that I have literally been sleeping. There have been power outages, and it's just all in all been miserable. But I'm praying for everyone who is in areas that are affected by heat. This is Chicago. Chicago summers don't surprise me, but I mean, hey, it's not just us. It's global warming. It's all fucked up. All we can do is, I guess, ride more bikes and shit like that. I don't know because I'm not a climatologist. But anyway, good evening or good morning. Welcome to the Ladies Lounge. This isn't going to be a long live. So I was watching, well, perusing the streets and watching people, content creators in particular, who have been talking about the Diddy trial. And something I heard really just shocked the fuck out of me. I was like, whoa. I think they said 30 or 40 some people testified for the prosecution. And no one, no one showed up for him. Now that's really kind of fucked up. Well, it's not really. It is fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you why it's fucked up. There have been people, hmm, excuse me, who have gone to court, be it federal or some local municipality. Let's just say a serial killer. Mhm. Let's just use Jeffrey Dahmer. This motherfucker ate people. He ate people. He didn't just kill motherfuckers. He ate them too. He made sandwiches and shit out of them. I did tell y'all at one time, one of my older cousins, she's older than me, she worked at the chocolate company he worked at in Wisconsin or wherever the fuck he was, Milwaukee. Well, Milwaukee is in Wisconsin, but she worked with him. I'm not going to tell you my cousin's name because she my big cousin, and she really did work with him. And I remember after this dude got caught, she called my father because my father is her uncle. Okay. And he put us on speakerphone because this was a house phone. And she told us how she used to see him at lunch and he was quiet, but he would joke. He had a dry sense of humor. Okay. So Jeffrey Dahmer even had someone testify on his behalf. His motherfucking daddy got up there. And I want to say his daddy's name was Lionel Dahmer. And I really hate that I be knowing these people's names, but I'm really into serial killer shit. Call me a sick bitch. I don't care. But his daddy, even Jeffrey Dahmer's daddy, got up and spoke on his behalf. Mm-mm-mm. What a, what a, what a time we live in when still extremely popular person, known worldwide, um, has been an ambassador of style. He ushered in a different area of hip hop. And you can't even get Your mama, the woman that either pushed you out or they had to give her a cesarean so you could come into the world. Not even your mammy will get up there and say anything on your behalf. That's scary. That a serial killer who killed people and ate them, father can get up there and say something positive about his child. His dad got up there and apologized because his daddy knew they had him. They had him. When you find people in your refrigerator, they got you. Okay, there was no refuting that. So his daddy got up there and his daddy apologized. But more importantly, his father got up there and told his child, "I love you." Sean's mother ain't even called to do that. Huh. That's some fuck buddy ass shit. Straight up. His father knew his son had fucked up. When you kill 20 some men and eat them and keep their body parts in a deep freezer and in a refrigerator in your motherfucking house, that just goes to show a parent's love. I remember seeing, because I've watched many Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries and the things about the court case and things like that. And his dad was completely remiss and apologetic that my child did this. I don't know where I went wrong. That my child would do this. My child is a monster, but he's my child and I love him. And may God have mercy on his soul. This motherfucker's mama ain't get up and say a motherfucking thing, but come in court with her fucking curly ass wigs and sit there. Not even one of his kids. But I done heard some shit. And there's probably more to come. See, this just the beginning. hmm This just the beginning. And I'm gonna tell you how I know this is just the beginning. Because it's so many other things that he's done that have not been brought up in court. Okay? If they haven't. The one thing about the government, be it the local or federal jurisdiction, local or federal jurisdictions, the one thing that they're going to do is they're going to confer with each other. Please believe me. Please believe me. Believe me. What they haven't used in federal court, they will use in local. And then you got to think about it. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, it's time for me to get a new weave because shit's starting to itch real bad. Ooh, caught a little itch right here. Sorry. Okay. So, see, they were going to unload everything in federal court. You know why? Because there's other things in other jurisdictions that they're going to come after him for. If you look at it, oh shit, it's starting to rain. Hold on, I gotta go close this window. Excuse me. Okay. I had to close my kitchen window because it's finally raining in Chicago, and that's great because it's been hot in a motherfucker. And hopefully, well, the rest of this week, oh shit, oh fuck, oh, woo, this little motherfucker right here, baby, it get down. Oh man, and it's definitely time for me to get this weave out of my hair, get it washed, and get it reinstalled. But this right here is a lifesaver because I be fucking my scalp up with this motherfucker. You know, people like, oh no, just pat it. That shit don't work. I gotta dig in my shit. But anyway, so as I was saying, the federal people, the federal court wasn't gonna give them they weren't gonna give him everything because the local municipalities, such as Florida, California, see, you gotta remember when they did those search warrants, and those are what you call simultaneous search warrants. Okay, just giving you all a little jargon that I do know. Those are called simultaneous search warrants, and the government, because that's what they call them in court, the government, they like to do those when you have more than one location that you are doing something nefarious in. So they time it and they do them together. The element of surprise. So trust and believe. Before they went in that motherfucker's house, they knew. They knew what they was coming in for. Motherfuckers knew where to go look for shit. You know, they went through everything, and they found some of the shit that they was looking for. But see, this is when local and federal sit down because though it's local, I mean, they're going into a place, they do inform the local PD that they will be performing a search warrant. And local PD is usually there just as like a lookout. The federal boys going first and the local guys just sit outside. Trust and believe me, there is more to come. California, New York, even though I don't believe they searched anything in New York, but there were apparently some things that happened in New York and Miami. The feds are never going to give it all. You're not going to give it all to you. They're just not going to give it all to you at one time. They will say, hey, local people, here, take this. Hi, Sparkle. Good morning. How are you? They'll say, hey, take a little of this. Now, if this is what's going on with Sean, if this is any representation of what went on with R. Kelly, remember, he was federally prosecuted in New York. Then Illinois got him. Yeah. And when he was going to court in Illinois, he did his first trial. He did his fair trial first in New York. But since he was now a federal prosecuted person who had to go to court within the city of Chicago or the state of Illinois. And Illinois does have federal court. They prosecuted him here too. And he was right at the MCM, which is the Metropolitan Correctional something. And that's the Fed lockup. That's the feds. They're downtown, like on wheels or something. I've driven past it. But and one of the places I go buy some of my hair weave is called Locks. It's like right across the street. I'm like, creepy. And sometimes chicks go on the roof with their cars and they go up there and twerk so the inmates could see them. But that's a different story for another day. Trust and believe me, there's more to come. Remember, this is a 30-year web. And if you've ever walked through a spider web, you might walk through it and then you might get this piece off, but then you'd be like, damn, it's something right here. Then that's the web that he's weaved. The shit's not over. But he did this to himself. And like I said, you know shit's fucked up when your own motherfucking mama can't say shit. Can't get up there and even give the the semblance of that's my son. And y'all have heard a lot of horrible things about him. But I love him. I did the best I could do raising him. 'Cause they didn't even let her get up there and do that. Now I was talking to a really good girlfriend today, and you know what she said? She fucked my head up with this one. She said, Roxy, what if his mom already talked to them? What if she already gave evidence? Huh. But what if her evidence ain't gonna get used until he's charged in a local place? This an old ass woman in her late 70s, mid late. I wouldn't want my mama going to jail. But the question is him being arrested and possibly because you're innocent until proven guilty, wink, wink. Um, is this his mother's escape? Is this his mother's escape? It's deep and the shit is convoluted. Oh, look at that rain, you guys. The earth is washing itself. You know, but I was just very shocked to see that no one, not even the motherfuckers walking around wearing Free Diddy t-shirts, did anyone get up there and say anything on his behalf. Now, that's when you know, and the people know, you a really fucked up person, B. And he didn't even have to go down this road. Ooh, y'all, I'm catching a good breeze. It hasn't been this cool in here in a minute. Oh man, it feels so good. Mm. I got my little fan blowing, a little crosswind action going on. It feels great. But he didn't have to go down this road. He really didn't. People choose to be evil. Pardon me. People choose to do fucked up shit. But some people just do real fucked up shit. And then other people do real fucked up shit and they kill people and eat them like Jeffrey Dahmer and their parents still come through. Jeffrey Dahmer's father was in court every day, just like Sean's mama. I don't know if she be in there every day, but his mama be in court. They can't even get his mama to say nothing positive. If one thing y'all know about me, y'all know I love my kids. Y'all know I love my children. Now, I would not, if my kids were out here doing some old really crazy shit, I'm not going to pay for your attorney. That I'm not gonna do. But if they needed a person to get up there and say anything positive, in spite of what my child did, I'm gonna be able to say something positive. Yup. Hey, big mamas. You right, baby. But having a strong defense is not a good. Damn, I can't see it on the other side of this little dollar sign. No, big mama. I'm not even, baby, I'm not even arguing that. He fucked up. But just the fact that you can't get one motherfucker, even Jeffrey Dahmer's daddy spoke up for him. Hell, Ted Bundy had some motherfuckers speaking up for him. He killed about 20, 30 women. But you can't get one motherfucker to come say nothing nice about you. That's scary. And he got colleagues and shit that he don't work with. He don't put money into people's pockets that he wanted to put money in. You know, where they at? Where they at? But Big Mama, I'm in agreement with you. I'm not even refuting that. You know, maybe this is something that would help his daughters, but daughters need their father too. But is that the right father? Not one friend showed up for him either. And we're not counting Mr. West. No, we're not counting Mr. West. We're not counting him. His ass only popped up because his name came up. Okay? And his name didn't come up. The lady spoke around it. She didn't say who it was, but I know 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? And there is nothing stronger in this world than motherfucking social media detectives. And most of them are women. Motherfuckers probably went back and was like, mm-hmm. And there it was. And his ass showed up. He didn't show up for support. He showed up to see if his name was gonna come up anymore. That's it. Cause I don't think that motherfucker been there since. He's probably like, okay, come on, what's her name? Bianca. Come on, Bianca, baby, let's ride out. And you know, he's showing up in court and she's showing up in court and these motherfuckers looking like villains and shit. She's showing up in a black tied up trench coat with big glasses on, and this nigga showing up looking like a fucking fluffy ass marshmallow. And I'm not talking about the little bitty ones that you put on top of like sweet potatoes or shit. I'm talking about the big ones that you use for fucking making s'mores and roasting marshmallows. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, Big Mama. But Kanye didn't come in there to, I'm here to support. He probably talked that shit to the kids. I'm here to support your daddy because, we black people got to stick together. Us black kings got to do this. You told those kids that. You wouldn't have been able to tell me no bullshit like that. I'd be like, nigga, I don't want you to come in. You only came in because your name slightly came up but didn't come up, but you know what the fuck you did. Okay? Yeah. Kanye, and Kanye from Chicago, man. New Kanye as a young kid, teenager, adult. Who that is ain't who we knew. Okay? And then his wife walking around New York with one of those candy necklace bikinis on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was thinking about getting one, but I was gonna wear it in my house on some personal shit. Yeah. especially since I lost a few pounds. So I think I could fit one now, because I don't think they sold one piece candy necklace one pieces, right? But she just walking around like that. But that's between him and his wife. I ain't got nothing to do with me. But you can't pee on my leg and tell me it's motherfucking raining, even though it is raining outside. You can't tell me that Kanye didn't pop up that motherfucker after his after a situation that he had been in. And then the girl said they was just sitting around in a probably a really, really nice suite in Vegas, watching people fuck in front of 'em. Just live sex. Like, whoa. And they probably sit around having cocktails and talking and touching each other and shit. I'm just like, and I've been in some wild places, y'all, and I've done seen some wild shit. But I just ain't never seen no party with motherfuckers just sitting around watching people fuck. Now, wait a minute. This is a different story for another day. But I ain't never been no shit like that. I was like, I done walked in on like somebody boning somebody like, ooh, excuse me, I hurry up and close the door. They should have locked it. You know what I mean? I was trying to find the bathroom. I didn't know y'all was gonna be fucking. Hell, I done walked in the bathroom and motherfucker was fucking in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, excuse me. I'm like, let me go home because I gotta pee and I don't know what they've been doing on that toilet. But he didn't come to support him. He didn't. He really didn't come to support him. You know. But like Big Mama said, he made that bed, he got a lion. He done did a lot of mean shit to people. Not very nice. And at this time, I'm not at liberty to go completely balls deep, but I will. Uh huh. As soon as this trial is over, I most definitely will. But not completely. Not completely. Because I still have to wait and see what's the next chapter. They haven't brought up shit. They don't, you know how, y'all remember watching The Price is Right? And you remember the little man? They used to have the little thing, and you used to have to hit the button, and the little man was going up the little mountain and go, yeah, hoo, yeah, hoo. And if he made it all, hi, Abe. Hi, my little brother. I love he. So you remember on The Price is Right, they used to have the little dude, and he was be going up. He had the little pickaxe, and the music was. But if he made it all the way to the top, his ass would fall over. See, this just right here on the mountain. This nigga ain't even made it to mid mountain. Because they going to stack those charges on top of charges. And then they'll figure out, like if he could run them consecutively. He just don't know. You know, when you 50 some years old, years, you got more years behind you than what you got in front of you. But then again, you don't know what God has in store. God could fuck around and be like, I'm going to keep you here till you're 109. You're going to feel all this. You know, that shit's just crazy to me. You know, he done did a lot of bad shit. And he's only at the mid part of the mountain. He hasn't even reached the plateau. As much shit as he done did in 30 years within the music industry. They probably got a whole room full of those brown boxes that the clerks from the law firms bring in, or the clerks who clerk for the government bring in, of evidence upon evidence upon evidence. They probably know some shit they ain't even unleashed yet. Hold on, y'all. Okay. They don't even, I'm telling y'all, this ain't over after this case. This ain't over because it's going to leave New York. Well, it might stay in New York, depending on what the local people have in New York on him. And then it's going to go to California. Then it's going to go to Miami. Just think about where some things have happened. Just think about where some things have happened with people. And just what if, oh, it's raining real hard now, y'all. And just what if the government has evidence? The one thing they will do is sit. People be like, and I'm just hypothetically speaking, but I've seen it on the news and I've seen it in movies, and people be like, well, that house down the street, they ain't doing nothing but selling drugs. And they sell them all day long. And they sell them in front and they sell them in back. And they do this and they do that. Why don't the police do anything? You know why? It's called building a case. Man, and it's called building a federal case. They will sit and watch you for years if they have to. And then once they feel like they got enough and they done popped enough of your crew who telling on you, then they gonna come get you. The government is never going to they're never gonna unload their clip. Oh man, this rain is beautiful, y'all. Damn. It's all soothing and shit. I love it when it rains. And we needed this rain because it's been hot to the motherfucker in Chicago. People been losing their minds, and, motherfuckers shooting up in front of clubs, and, people drowning. It's just been a sad past week in Chicago. But I'm praying for everybody. And I mean that. Dead ass. But no, this isn't over. This isn't over. It's surely not. People think that, oh, why the police in front of my house? I be looking too. I'm nosy as hell. There they go. But I just sit and watch, that's just me. But yeah, it's not done. Between the heat and the air quality got people acting worse. Mm-hmm. You are absolutely right. Because people don't be knowing how to act. It get warm. Everybody want to put on those tutus with their butt cheeks hanging out, and dudes still wearing skinny jeans. I don't get it. Loosen up a little. But I don't need to see your butt crack. I really don't. I'm just like, you wore that outside? But I digress. But no, they're not going to. This is not over by a long shot with Sean. It's not over. It's they gon' they gonna slow walk his ass, and they're gonna make him remember. Oh, and I hope they do even more about how mean he's been, about how he has divided people, how he's just treated people in general. I don't know if you all were here or not. Oh, and y'all remember the other day when I went and got my eyeglasses adjusted? I'm gonna have to just keep this eyeglass off this ear right here because it's hurting back here. It didn't hurt when she adjusted it, but when I put them on and they sit too long behind my ear, it it hurts. See, I've been around Sean and I've seen how he treats people. And one of the things that I've seen that I'll talk about, because I've said it before Craig decided to leave Bad Boy, shows had slowed down. And of course, bad contracts be fucked up. And we went to like a album release party. It was in Manhattan. And Craig was like, hey, Puff, because that's what everyone called him then. Puff, hi, Ja. He was like, yeah, let me hold something. He told him I'm going to be leaving because he did have a show to go do that weekend. He had like 3 shows. He was like, let me hold something, woo woo, on everything I love, my right hand to God. Puff went in his motherfucking pocket and pulled out a knot of money about this big and gave Craig $100 bill. And I was like, and they, he had 2 security guys with him. One of them was Wolf. I don't remember who the other dude was. And one was Wolf, another dude, and it was me and Craig. And there was no one else outside. We were in front of this place. And I remember looking at him like, and I looked at Craig like, and back then people weren't saying, I know you fucking lying. But that was the feeling I got. I'm from Chicago. Okay? Let's keep that 100% clear. If he had did that in Chicago, he would have got robbed. Mm-hmm. He would have got robbed. And it was disrespectful. And it was at that point that Craig was like, I don't want to be on Bad Boy. He didn't tell him that. He told me that when we got home. We got home, we were laying in bed, and I was watching TV, and he had turned over with his back to me. And I thought the nigga had went to sleep. And he turned back over real fast. He was like, I don't want to be on Bad Boy anymore. I said, what you gonna do? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I can't stand that nigga. Just the amount of no, it wasn't his pay because Puff didn't pay. It was you get paid through shit. You get paid through whoever does your publishing. You get paid through ASCAP. You get paid through BMI. And then you can also receive money from your record company. But for the most part, your big money comes from these people. Okay. So ASCAP. And the ASCAP money only comes like every 3 months. So if you then jagged a check and you have to wait a few months and gotta go rest this out, and your shows have slowed down and you living a little bit too high on the hog. We was young, you know. And when you young and you hey, sorry to scare you. What you making? I made cherry pancakes. Uh-huh. Cherry pancakes. Oh. Okay. Where did you get those cherry? What? I bought those? Yeah, I was gonna say if you wanted it, but no, You know, I don't want to eat like this late at night. Where did I buy those? What? Cherry pancakes. We already have pancakes. You made them fresh. Okay. And you used some fresh cherries. Where's the pancake mix? Back in there. Oh, you literally only made 2 pancakes? Mm-hmm. Okay. And you washed everything out, I see? Yeah, basically. Except the can, because the fish just came off of there. Well. That looks crazy. Yeah, I thought that was like a pancake pack. Souffle. Yeah, it looks like a souffle. You did a good job. Wait a minute. What? You know, Mama don't like to see no dishes in my sink. Yeah. Uh, okay. All right, well, go eat your food. Oh, like down the middle. Here's the boy. Saturday, I'm going up to your house to cook. Okay. And I'm gonna cook the exact same food I cooked before. Okay. My kitchen gotta stay clean. Maddie don't. I knew I spilled some, but I knew I smelled food cooking. I was like, somebody in my motherfucking kitchen. So I had to come back here. And I had to wash my ashtray out. Okay. Yeah, because I don't, I'm a mama. What is this on the floor? Why does everybody keep leaving their clothes behind the motherfucking bathroom door? Look at this shit. And I sensed those clothes behind the door. I was walking past the bathroom. I was like, wait a minute. I feel like there's some clothes behind my door. My whole thing with the children is like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't like nobody in my kitchen. I don't. I don't even like nobody cooking in my kitchen but me. That's my kitchen because they don't put shit back. You know, they don't leave it how I leave. Now y'all see, I just went back there. I washed the skillet. I put the cooking utensils up, and I put everything up. That's another little pet peeve. You know, you got the munchies. She made a fine looking pancake because I bought some fresh cherries the other day. So apparently she took the seeds out, cut them up, and took the pancake mix and made a cherry pancake. And it was a nice little fluffy, beautiful pancake. Maddie comes up with her own little recipes. I'd be real proud of her. But I don't want you in my kitchen. You know, when I was young, and Maddie ain't, she's still young, but you know, my mama used to say when she go to bed, the kitchen is closed. You know, you can get a cup of water or something, but you couldn't even go in that motherfucker. You couldn't cook none. You better make it a bologna sandwich or something. And you better make it real quiet. But my mama's room was far away from the kitchen. But guess what? My mama knew. She could sense that somebody was in her motherfucking kitchen. You know, so I just don't like nobody in my kitchen like that. It's after kitchen hours. Go to bed. You know, but hey, I ain't gonna, prevent my kids from eating. But back to the whole puffy thing. Let me replug my phone up. Oh, excuse me. All right, we're charging. Yeah, Craig just didn't want to be on Bad Boy anymore. Him and Puff wasn't getting along. You know, Big didn't like Craig, but Craig never said nothing bad to me about Big, and Big was always really, really nice to me. He just didn't want to be there. And he was just like, I was like, what you gonna do? He's like, I don't know. So me being me, I found out how he can get off. hmm And I told him and he did it and it was it was eh, you know, and that's when I found out when we went to court, that's when I found out that his mother owned Bad Boy. She was the owner on record. And I remember asking our attorney at that time, his name is Paul. I don't want to give you his last name because he and I are still friends. And he still helps me with things here and there. I said, who is that? As they were getting up to go in front of the judge, she had like three attorneys in there. I ain't gonna lie. He was like, that's his mama. I was like, what? I was slightly confused because I didn't know. I didn't know. Because I never seen the checks when they would come in because the checks would go directly to our accountant. His name was Mark. Okay. Mr. Z, that's what I used to call him. And so I didn't know. But yeah, but you can't be all funny acting with people and doing people like that. I had always found it extremely interesting that in spite of the amount of money you made off of all your artists, why is everyone not living like you? Maybe people don't have to live exactly like you. Okay? Is that a cat hair? No. But everybody ain't living well. And I always was like, well, that's interesting. See, one thing a lot of people don't know. I want a nice lunch chocolate. The alarm is set. You know, when you're younger, you don't look at it like you do. Mind you, I was 24 years old. Was I? I was either 23 or 24 years old when I first was introduced to the whole bad boy thing because of Craig. And when you're younger, you don't see you don't understand, but then you start hearing rumblings, and then you be like, hmm, that's very interesting. But I'm 54-year-old Roxanne. I'm 54-year-old Roxanne with some fabulous attorneys. I'm 54-year-old Roxanne with a forensic accountant who's also an attorney. And sometimes you have to spend a little to get what the fuck you need done. And you can find out shit. And then you find out motherfuckers just wasn't right. You just find out people just weren't right. And they were fucked up. No, I was not 25 years old. I was younger than 25 when I married Craig. I was either 24 or 23. But I know I wasn't 25 because he's a year older than me. But babies, you just can't go through the world being horrible to people. You will reap what you sow. He just happens to be reaping what he sowed. Every harvest don't yield good fruit or vegetables. I'll say that again. Every harvest don't yield good fruit. And how life works. You can get all the way to that mountaintop. You can get all the way up there. You have reached what you believe is the plateau. Then a big asteroid just comes in and knocks everything the fuck over. That asteroid, my dear friends, is called karma. It's called karma. And ooh, God got a way of humbling you, especially when you done did bad business. Like I said, all this freak off shit and shit like that. Hi, my pixie. Hi, my little fairy. All this freak off shit. I didn't know nothing about that, y'all. I put that on all seven of my kids. I didn't know nothing about that shit. I mean, I knew there had been some crazy shit popping off, but I didn't know nothing about no shit like that. You know what I mean? You hear things, you know, but I didn't know nothing like that. I found out the same time you motherfuckers found out. I was like, what? What? You know, I guess me and Craig just wasn't cool enough. You know, Craig would tell me some shit and I'd be like, "What?" You know, but I didn't know none of this shit. So there's no court tomorrow. Okay. So everybody who has been giving us play by play, we're not going to be able to get because, you know, shit, maybe it's going to be too hot there tomorrow. Or maybe because that motherfucker just don't got nobody coming up to testify. And like I said in the beginning of this live, that's crazy business to me, y'all. That you can't get one motherfucker to say nothing nice about you. Not one. I honestly believe if motherfucking Jeffrey Dahmer's daddy can get up in court and say one thing nice about his child, about the good times when he was a little boy before he started chomping down on motherfuckers. His mama can't get up there and say shit, not a motherfucking thing. You know why? Because she knows she raised the fucking devil. She knows. Mm-hmm. That's her seed. That's her bird. Like I said, my kids do some old stupid ass shit. I ain't paying for no attorney. But I will say something about you, because you my baby. Not even his mama. I can understand the kids. But not even your mama? That says a lot that no one said anything for him. Sis, right? Nobody? Anybody there? Hello? 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 Get the fuck out of here. Not one fucking person. Not any of these niggas he set and broke bread with. Not any of these motherfuckers that he put more money in their pockets than my ex ever seen. Just nobody. None of the artists who still kick it with him or look like they do. Nobody at all. Don't nobody got nothing to say. You got something to say? You got something? Can you say something nice? What about you? No one. No one at all, buddy. That shit's weird. Like that's all I can really say about that whole thing. It's just wildly strange. There's motherfuckers that I don't like. But I promise you, I could probably muster up one good thing to say about you. Two at the most. But I could probably muster up one to two good things to say. But nothing? And I know that if his family was in court, and then you got the not the jurors, just the people who are sitting in the gallery, probably burning holes in his family like, y'all ain't gonna say nothing? Because there are people there reporting. There are people there who are just being nosy. Then there are people there who are probably real supporters of his. But you can't say nothing about him because you don't know him. You know what you've seen on TV. Now you know what you done heard in court, and you're still there supporting. No one has nothing. No one. And what's so crazy is motherfuckers could go to the court. They could pull one of the attorneys to the side and say, "Hey, I know him." If they really know him, I have something positive to say. He helped me with this. I was going to lose my house, or ooh, he helped put my child through college. No one in the whole fucking state of New York. And for those of you who have never been to New York City, just Manhattan, it's a lot of motherfucking people there. I remember the first time I ever went to New York. I was like, damn, I've never seen this many cabs in my whole life. Cabs and limousines, seriously. I was like, I've never seen this before. This is crazy. It's a lot of people. So out of a one portion of the world that's that populated, you can't find one motherfucker, not even your mama, to say anything good. That's crazy. Not even any of the mothers of your motherfucking children. Usually you got a solid bitch that will ride with you. She might not even fuck with you like that, but she'll say something good. So that's just giving me, damn, bro, you ain't got no goodness at all. Uh, it's sad that what was built, this nigga made history in music. He brought in a whole genre of music. He seriously changed the game with music. I mean, I can't even sit here and say he wasn't a great producer, but ain't nobody got nothing to say. At least a motherfucker got up there and been like, his 90 music was hot. That's all I gotta say. Just nothing. But hey, you gotta watch what bridges you burn. You might have to go back across them. It's just mind blowing to me. Because I was just like, oh, okay, now it's the defense turn. Okay, the prosecution done, and we rest our case. They ain't even did closing arguments yet. We rest our case. Defense, y'all ready? Yeah, we ain't got nobody. We rest our case. What? My nose had been flared? What? Like, just insanity. Uh. All I could say is Craig would be tickled right now. Gabe will be tickled. He will be tickled. My son and I, his name is Asa, and he is Craig and I's son. He is my number 5 child because I got like 20 of them. I was sitting on my back porch the other day and I was talking to my son and I said, baby, your daddy will be getting a kick out of this right now. And he said, yeah, I can hear him. I was like, what would he be saying? And he was like, he'd be like, I told y'all that nigga wasn't right. I told y'all that nigga wasn't right. Craig, Biggie, they were young and they were coming into the music game. Craig's footing got into the music game because of EPMD. He was a roadie for them. So he had been around, he had been on the road, he's seen things. And then he got this opportunity. And look, he's gone. Big is gone. People's lives have been rearranged. Because of one person. People don't realize that one person can really fuck some shit up. But that one person gonna have to see it, gonna have to feel it. And I'm not a person, you love you some EPMD. And you know what's crazy? I just talked to Eric like 2 weeks ago. I love Eric. But all I can say is this, you all. Try to be kind. Like seriously. Don't try to get down on people. Cause that get down will come back to you. You ain't gotta be nasty. Just hearing that no one would just stand up because people were actually that petrified of one fucking person is sad. The careers that he stopped. Eric with the green eyes, the green eye bandit, yes. Because Eric is going to be putting some music out. Eric has something coming out soon. I don't know when, but I believe it's like maybe a compilation. And Eric has Craig's last music. Yeah. And he remastered them with new beats and did his thing. And he sent me the music and I was listening to it and I was just like, whoa. Because it doesn't sound 90s and it can go for like this time. So we're trying to figure out where Craig's brain was when he wrote this these songs because lyrically they're extremely strong. And that's the one thing that I love about older rappers. Lyrically, they're stronger. Karma's a bitch, and he needs to be locked up. That's it. That's it. But this whole sex trafficking and all that shit. That's just the beginning. Remember, there are people that aren't here that there are rumblings about. And the one people that got the money to do investigations is the motherfucking government be telling people. That's why I don't want to break the law. I swear to God. I don't even like leaving the house without my motherfucking license. I don't want to be locked for nothing. A bitch want to have some drinks, I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to drink my shit. I ain't going to be out here drinking and driving. No. Mm-mm. But this just the beginning. This shit going to get us probably next week. And then it's going to be all the stories. And then the next thing going to come in. You know, the Fed's always going to take first dibs, at a case, especially if it's a federal case. But there's probably going to be something local too. Dibs is like the man of the house. When daddy come home, daddy get a plate. Daddy pay the bills, so daddy eat first. And then everyone else in the house is like the locals. Yeah. But this ain't over. This ain't over. They gonna tack time on top of time. He got an answer for shit. You got an answer for that shooting at that club in New York. The woman who said that he did it. And that woman been saying that for years. And no one listened to her. And that's fucked up. If you get shot and you see the person that shoots you and you telling people from the rooftops and no one listens, that's fucked up. He will have to atone for that too. I don't know what the statute of limitations are or any of that other shit, but goddamn, bro, you did too much. You did too much. I still know these people that were on Bad Boy. I still talk to them. I'm still friends with a lot of them. Close friends. They ain't happy. Motherfuckers' mentals be fucked up. Because they didn't do anything to him. Motherfuckers just wanted to make some money. Provide for their family. Buy some nice shit. Is that too much to ask for their talent? But he's the only one. Only one. Hi, Big Sis. Hi, my love. Her story never changed. No, it didn't. And I believe her. That woman had been saying that shit from the rooftops, but they convinced that young boy Shine just to go ahead. I've been like, nigga, suck my dick. Hell no. No, absolutely the fuck not. If I'm going, motherfucker, you going too. Cause don't commit no crime around me. Huh. I'm gonna tell on you. If it means I can't be free, that boy lost 10, 11 years of his motherfucking life. Fuck out of here. Ain't no way. But that woman's story never changed. And when your story is consistent, after all these motherfucking years, that woman wasn't lying. But no one listened to her. Could you imagine? You see who's pointing a gun directly at you, and another nigga might be pointing a gun in another direction, but you know where that fucking bullet came from. Seriously. And no one listened. And he walked out of court a free man, and another black man went to jail. But oh baby, oh baby, oh babies. Who? Huh. Huh. When the universe, when God is tired, he will make you an example on earth. And then you have to go. And your soul, like the old dude said in New Jack City, your soul might be required in hell. You just can't do that. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It really is. And I heard for Craig. I heard for my children. If the police come to me, I'm singing like a bird. Don't do no major crimes. Or exactly, don't do no major crimes around me. I mean, you could be drinking on the public way. Um, well, certain states weed is legal. I ain't gonna tell on you about no shit like that. But we can even go key your nigga's car, flatten his tires, bust his windows out. That shit is a misdemeanor. Dead ass. I got you on shit like that. But we ain't going to like just hurt nobody. Mm-mm. And if you want to, I'm gonna try to talk you out of it. Cause I'm gonna let you know. Don't you like being free? Don't you like hanging out? Don't you like us going to eat and going to brunch and you know, having champagne and talking shit. Don't you like washing your ass when you want to and eating the food you want to? You might be in the crib. You want Popeyes today. You might want to go to a really nice restaurant like a Lenny or a Cirque tomorrow. Okay? You might want to go get some Chinese food in Chinatown. But when you locked up, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. Stay free. And you stay free by being right. I ain't gonna steal from nobody. I ain't gonna take what's not mine. You know, the shit's just wild, man. This whole thing has been wild for me since this whole, Diddy thing started. And when it started, like, there were certain people who, from the YouTube community, that reached out to me, like, you okay? The first person was King Kane. He's like, sis, you okay? I'm like, this is going to be a lot for me to absorb. And then I've had people who have been constants who check on my mental with this. OG Patrice being one of them. Give StreamYard link to join. Thank you, Samantha. I just am shocked, but not shocked. I don't like mean people. And I've heard I could be a nasty bitch, which I can. I just choose not to. What does it get me? Nothing. I done had people tell me, oh, you too nice. I'm okay with me. I'm okay with me. You don't have to be. Because one day we all gonna leave here. And we don't know what the hereafter is. But I know I want to be with my God. I don't want to be down there. Thank you, Samantha. I don't want to go to hell. I want to be with my God. And how you be with your God is not being overly doing too much shit to people. Hold on. Hello? 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 I just heard my alarm go off. Okay. I just be wondering, like when he was doing all this wild ass shit and treating people horribly, did you think about it? Did you? Did you think about your freedom? Did you think about the hereafter? Sometimes people can have all the trappings of the world, and somewhere along the lines, there's a disconnect. They're still not happy. Now, people say money doesn't buy happiness. That's not true. Don't ever let anyone tell you that. A motherfucker who tells you that ain't never had no money. Having money for me, knowing my bills are paid, knowing that my children, my husband are comfortable, knowing that we have a nice nest egg set up. Hold on, is this bitch eating my plants? Hey. Okay, nah, because I'm growing some plants in my window, and my cat, I don't want her up there because they just started growing. I don't want her. Wait a minute, this bitch. Wait, hey, are you eating my plants? No, don't do that. Don't meow with me. Don't eat those. Look at this bitch. Hi, Genesis. Hi, little sis. This bitch is eating my plant, y'all. Stop it. Bitch, stop it. Don't eat. See, this is my little plant I'm growing. Oh, and she trying to eat the other one. What are you doing? Get out the fucking window. Catch that fly. Oh, y'all. We got action. We got action. Look at him. You got to get out the window. Shut the fuck up. But this is my plant. I just started growing this. I don't want you eating it. Move. Kitten, you raggedy asshole. Get the fuck out my window. And stop eating my goddamn plant. This bitch is going back up in my window. She really eating my motherfucking plant, y'all. Ooh. Callie, Callie, take my motherfucking house shoe off. Get your ass out my motherfucking window. I'm sorry. Hi, Dave. I don't like when she does that. And I was looking at my plant because I watered them earlier today because, I got them sitting in the window. And, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. And, I put my plants up here, I rotate them. So in the nighttime like this, I put them up here so when the sun comes up, they're watered, they can get sun and nutrients. And then when the sun pivots towards the back of the house, I put all my little plants on a little tray and I take them and put them in my kitchen window. And I was noticing, I was like, why does my plant? And I knew the bitch was eating my plants. But bitch, stop eating my motherfucking plants. Lord have mercy. I just don't like that shit. If you use something they don't like when it will teach them to stay away. You know what, Dave? And you're absolutely right. Because one of my girlfriends, she has a water bottle. She calls it her water gun. And she squirts her cats with water. And you know, they don't do what she doesn't want them to do. But I've also heard if you put a little water in a bottle and you put a little vinegar in it and you hit them with that, that can deter them. But my cats is from Chicago. They don't give a fuck. They still gonna do it. They don't give a fuck. But anyway, I would just like to say hi to Dave. I never seen you before. Hi, Dave. Welcome to the Lady Lounge. And OG Patrice is here and DJ Genesis and you know, Patrice has been whew, a touchstone, just like Val. I know Val be like, this bitch. I complain a lot. I do. Because I complain about what's going on. My dog digging in. Oh, oh, wow. And took off the leaves. You was mad. I know, girl. I got this one plant. These motherfuckers chewed all the tips off of all the bottoms of my plants. But I'm gonna buy them some pet grass tomorrow so they can eat it and because they say it's good for dogs and cats, so I'm just like, let me get that tomorrow. But no, Patrice, Val, King Payne, they they have let me vent about some shit with this whole Diddy thing, and I appreciate them for allowing me to get it, off of me. Because the shit can be heavy. It can be very heavy. There are things that you all are seeing within court, and what's getting reported back to you. I get shit from a different aspect, just different information. I'd be like, what? And then, sometimes I'm DMing. And then when they tell me what they tell me, I'll be like, And then if you know me, you know me. If you say something in the DM or you inboxing me or we're texting and it's too heavy for me to handle, I'm gonna call you. Like, are you serious? Because I need to hear it, you know. And I've been hearing a lot of things. That's why I'm telling you guys. After this federal case, it's not over. It's not. You don't have people write books about you. One of the first books that came out about Diddy, it was by Mark Curry, who is a good friend of mine, a brother friend, wonderful person. A book called Dancing with the Devil. If you have not read it, please go. I don't know where you could buy the book. But his name is Mark Curry. The book's called Dancing with the Devil. And it's his perspective and his interaction with Sean, you know, so check him out. And, you know, I believe Gene Deal has published 2 books thus far. If you haven't read them and you would like to read them, check Gene's books out. You know, I'm pretty sure that there are going to be other people who I could write a book, baby. But it ain't just gonna be a bad boy book. But I ain't just getting ready to be out here telling on my motherfucking business. No, sir. Um, but this whole thing, everything was cool. I was chilling. I started my Ozempic, minding my business, losing weight, trying to be cute. And then the whole thing came out with um Cassie. And I was like, that's interesting. And then the next day, he paid her what he paid her. I was like, you fucked up. You fucked up. Lil sis, did you hear that Diddy's former bodyguard, Roger Bond, said Diddy told him to put hands on? Yes. When he saw them in the streets, allegedly. Well, I can't be putting people's shit out here like that. But he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Uh-uh. And one of those people, from what I heard, from a very, very reliable source, Puffy wanted them not here. Okay, that's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, vindictive. If a motherfucker don't want to fuck with you no more, and you owe motherfuckers money, pay them they shit. Do you, any of you, do y'all go to work and you don't get paid? But guess what? If you're working, okay, you're working, and there's some sort of discrepancy with payroll, and you know you get paid, let's just say you get paid on the first. Unless the first falls on a Saturday or Sunday, you're going to get paid Monday or you're going to get paid Friday before the first. You've been working, so you know how your checks fall. You get alerts on your phone. And you wake up and your shit ain't there after you worked. You gonna wake up, you gonna roll over, get your phone, and the first thing you're gonna see is make sure your money there. Your money ain't there, you gonna call HR. These people that couldn't call HR. Craig never said, I be damned, my money isn't here. Let me call HR. See, for sure money was show money. Hmm. Yeah. And when Puff is HR, what you gonna say? I'm gonna DM you on IG. Okay, Pixie. I'll put you in touch with him. I'll put you in touch with Mark and he can send you his book. Um, I'm sure you have to pay for it. But yeah, it's it's things I knew and it was quite informative. But these are people who were working for him. Oh my God. And people be like, they should have did maybe they should have. They didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I know and I don't know. I can't speak for other people. I can speak for Craig. Oh, you got Mark and Jean's book? I knew your ass had Mark and Jean's book. Um, I can't speak for anyone but Craig. My children can speak for Craig. Other motherfuckers can't speak for Craig because you didn't know him. I knew him intimately. I had 2 children with this man. Me and my children received his publishing, foreign and domestic. He was my husband. He was not my boyfriend. He wasn't a nigga that I was just fucking. He was my husband. And he wasn't happy with the shits and he left. He left Bad Boy and it didn't go right after that. But then sometimes I say to myself, if he had stayed, look at the people who stayed. What happened? Hmm. Hello? 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 Wait a minute. Hold on. What happened? Ain't nobody that's been on Bad Boy ever get no movement like that. Mark's book is on Amazon. Okay. Yes, Pixie, you gotta send me the slave narratives. I told you but you know what, Pixie? I just need to see if I have it on my Audible. Cause I love listening to books. Cause my eyes bad and shit. And I ain't got time. I just like to lay down and be listening to a book, smoke a cigarette, and just be laying there and imagining shit. My eyes done got too bad to be reading. The only thing I want to read is contracts and motherfucking where to sign on a fucking check. That's all I want to read. I don't want to read shit else. And I ain't even going to read a contract. But I will read where to sign on the back of a check. That's all I'm concerned about. I got kids. They all grown, 21 and over. And I got 2 beautiful grandbabies, 2 beautiful granddaughters. I ain't for none with nobody. I ain't playing with nobody. I don't need nobody fucking playing with me. I stay in my lane. I need motherfuckers to stay in their lane. I'm taking care of business that has to be taken care of. Craig ain't here to do it. Mama gonna do it, But like I said, I sit back every day. And it's almost an obsession now because there's been times that I can just like not go on YouTube for days. But now it's kind of routine with this whole trial thing because I be wanting to know. And then, people be reading the transcripts and I be laying in my bed like, okay, wait, do you still want the paperback? Somebody put something under Pixie. Pixie, put something up to move it up. Nah, Pixie. No, baby. You told me about it. I'm just gonna see if they have it on Audible, and I'm gonna let you know if they have it on Audible. Cause my eyes aren't good. Like close up, you know what I mean? It's better for me just to listen and imagine and feel. I've I've learned to do that since my eyesight has gotten bad. So, but thank you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I ain't sat and read a book. A bitch would listen to a book like a motherfucker. Girl, unless the words is this big in the book, like primary writing, I ain't gonna be able to see it. I get a headache reading small shit. My attorney sent me he sent me some papers through my email and he was like, "Well, did you read over them?" I said, "No, I did." I was like, "What do you think?" He was like, "I think it's a good deal." Ooh. I was like, "Okay. All I need to see is where to sign." Thank you, Pixie. I'm gonna look up the slave narratives as soon as I get off of here. Cause I have 5 credits on Audible. Cause I keep my subscription going. I pay my shit. So I got 5 credits in the slave, um I- the slave narratives is what I'm gonna get. I just finished the Davenport's the second book. So, because I had started and then I stopped because I don't know, I was just feeling some kind of way, and I guess I didn't feel like listening to it. But I listened to it between traveling to my son's graduation and traveling back. Um, the book was 12 hours or something like that. And once I got back home, I showered, I got in bed, and I finished like the last hour of the book. So, but I prefer listening to it. Because like I said, my eyes are bad. It happens when you get in your 50s. When you see older people, like older, and they didn't wear glasses, I'd be like, God damn, you're a lucky bastard. But I have glasses, so but yeah, y'all, it's by what it's by Chip. It's by Chip. I'm still gonna listen to it, and I'm pretty sure he probably narrates it. So it's probably, you know, um narrated beautifully. I'm gonna look as soon as I get off of here. As soon as I get off of here. Because I do just like to lay in bed with and listen to a book in the dark. And it'd be so cool because it's been a fresh rain here in Chicago. We're all home. I know where all my kids are. My mama and my sisters and my niece and my nephews are good. And I can just lay in bed, put on my little headphones and just zone out. But I am gonna let you know what I think about at least the first 4 chapters. Because I might not make that far. But I do wanna listen to that. But nah, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. Thank you to everyone who seriously supports me. Thank you to my good sister friends like OG Patrice, because Patrice is older than me, and I have the utmost respect for her, and I do call her big sis, and she's a Chicago chick, you know. Um, she is the epitome of class, but she can get trashy with you because she has put me in my place. I was like, um, you know, just the people who allow me to complain. Because this is a lot for me. And I'm taking on some tasks right now. I gotta crack my knees, y'all. Wait, hold on. This, okay. Whew. I'm taking on some tasks right now, and other people are too, that don't look as big anymore. Thank you, Patrice. Girl, you make me smile big. But I'm taking on some things right now. Other people are taking on tasks that we never thought we would be able to do because of one person. Jack chopped down the beanstalk. If you all remember the story of Jack and the beanstalk, Jack, you know, sold a cow for some beans, and he came home with some beans, and his mom was like, "What the fuck is this, nigga? We poor. We ain't got shit. The fuck is you doing? You brought home some beans. You supposed to brought home some dollars. Fuck is you doing?" So his mama was like, "Fuck you, nigga." And she threw the beans out the window. "You ain't eating shit because we ain't got shit to eat. Go to bed." Jack go to sleep. Jack wake up. He look out the motherfucking window. It's a big ass beanstalk outside his house. And this nigga like, "Whoa, my mama threw those beans right there. What's good?" And that nigga go outside, you know, climb up that motherfucker. He get up there and he up that motherfucker like, "Damn, this shit is crazy." He's seeing gold and all sorts of shit. Cause he poor. And Jack was just like, "Man, fuck this shit." He started piling shit in his pockets and, you know, just like, "All right." So then he's like, "Let me take this." But then, he hear, mm, because I just feel like that's the sound a giant makes. And he's like, mm, and Jack was like, "What the fuck?" And then the giant was like, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman." And Jack was just like, "What?" And then, then he finally see little Jack, and Jack's like, he running and shit. He probably got little gold coins falling out his motherfucking pockets, but he's stuffed, you know what I mean? That gold can weigh you down. So he's running, and niggas start climbing down the little, beanstalk and shit. And he got to the bottom of the beanstalk, his pockets full of gold, because him and his mama all fucked up. She didn't feed him the night before, because she felt like he got played. But there's a story to that too. So, niggas he see his little axe. And Jack, in the original story, Jack was like he chopped wood and shit. So Jack, he was like, "Oh shit." So Jack just chop it, and the beanstalk fall down. The beanstalk falls on top of the giant. The giant's dead. Jack and his mama all good. The moral of the story is, when you have some beans and you don't think they shit, don't throw them away. Because something can grow from it. And that giant that's sitting all the way up there can be chopped down by the smallest motherfucking person. Don't ever underestimate the next person. Don't. The person who is sitting over in Brooklyn, who does not have to go to court tomorrow or today, underestimated people because he had people scared. Because most people are scared of giants. And just like that, the beanstalk gets chopped down. People gonna say, and thank you, Pixie. People are gonna say what they want to say. People are gonna feel how they want to feel about Puff. There are people who still know Puff worked for him, but you weren't called for a character witness, nor did people volunteer, apparently. How good is a person whose own mama won't speak on their behalf? I will speak on mine. I think that boy's mama was tired. I think she was tired. That's just my opinion. So, yes, Pixie. Very David and Goliath. Very David and Goliath. And it's a lot of us little Davids out here. And Goliath can be beat. He can be. So I'm going to get off of here. And I'm going to go find the slave narratives. I might peruse through the streets a little. I would like to thank, oh, my knee cracked again. I would like to thank my little fairy Pixie. Miss Pixie Dust, thank you so much for being here. I would like to thank my big sister, OG Patrice. You are a true OG. I would like to thank the new guy, Dave. Thank you so much, Dave, for stopping by. You're always welcome. I would like to thank little big sister, DJ Genesis. Thank you so much, Genesis. I love you. Keep going strong, keep pushing, and keep your head up at all times. I would like to thank Miss Samantha. Thank you so much, Samantha, for stopping by. And please come back, my dear. I would like to thank Sparkle for stopping by. Thank you so much, Sparkle, dear. I had a cat here. Hold on. Okay. My neighbor walking his big ass dogs. I would like to thank Brother Ja Logic. Thank you, Ja. I love you. I would like to thank my little brother, 8 with the 24. I love you. I'm always praying for you. God bless you. And you know I'm at, little bro. I would like to thank Big Mama. Big Mamas. Thank you, Big Mamas, for stopping by. I appreciate you. That is it. I'm going to go take a tiptoe through the streets of YouTube. God bless you. Oh, hi, Replay Gang. Hey, I love you. And anyone who was in the bushes, thank you so much for being here. If you stayed, then you liked it. And I hope you did the right thing. And I hope everyone hit the like button. God bless you all. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and we will be doing some shopping tomorrow. I have to buy some things to barbecue because I'm barbecuing on Saturday. I'm not barbecuing on the 4th of July. I will be in my house minding my motherfucking business. So, on that note, good night, good night, good night. Thank you for allowing me to complain. Please understand that this thing that's going on is way larger, and this is not the end, okay? Because it's about to go down. And I have that on good authority. So, on that note, good night, you guys. Good night. Excuse me. I love you all, and get some rest. And I hope everyone has a blessed and safe later on today. We'll be going shopping. Ciao. Oops, hold on. Let me get my little button. Okay.